Hey, so we're here today at Chris Pereira's house. He's owner of CPA Architecture, and we worked with him on fantastic windows and doors. We're gonna talk with him all about his experience with us and his experience with choosing the products that he thought were best and what he decided and why, all about the design of the house, all about what it is. So let's go check it out.
Hey, Dan.
There we go. Hey, Chris.
How you doing?
Good. Thank you
Hey.
for having us.
Hey, of course. Coming in. All right.
So, amazing house, amazing
you.
project. All the
you.
finishing touches are gorgeous, and we'd love to just take a tour through, see what you chose, why you chose it, everything that makes it so special.
Let's do it.
All right.
Okay. I want to start with the windows because, it really is what kind of drove the design of the house. We're very big into, having the homes as energy efficient as we can. So the selection of the site was, the first thing that really drove us to this place. There was an old home there, which you guys will see that we were knocking it down and we decided to keep a piece of it. But the new house, we decided to orient it so it was completely facing south. And, a big part of that was for us in the wintertime to capture all that sunlight, all that energy, all that heat. And then in the summertime, creating these overhangs and things to shield it, and then having the right windows, right, to help us with the right low E and so on and so forth.
Sure,
which
sure.
is a big thing that drove us to the windows was, as you remember in the selection process, was we wanted these really huge windows.
Sure.
We didn't need them to be all operable because we know the reality of our climate, but we wanted to have some operable parts of it. But we really wanted these big, tall windows, really wide. And we wanted, when we started talking about aluminum, we was like, let's make sure they're thermally broken and the whole thing. So we were really happy with the window selection. The design is beautiful, the texture on it, the finishes, which, it's also something that my wife was very keen on. Oh, I love the design and the color. And, and Bianca was like, let's do it, we'll be right. And that drove pretty much the selection of everything else, from the wood that you see on the finishes, the colors of the doors, the siding, and it was a beautiful thing. Like, that was the initial piece, and then everything kind of flowed from that. So let's walk in, and then we can take a little look at some of the things that make the house, a beautiful space that we really enjoy.
Sure. The wide open views, just the large picture windows that just picture frame that beautiful backyard view.
Yeah.
It's priceless. And the complements of the color that you chose combined with all the accents throughout the house, it's just open and airy and beautiful what you did.
Yeah, we really enjoy sitting here. The sunlight, as you see through the day, as we're here, and you can see already parts of it. Like in the wintertime, it's a shame we just had the pool closed. So we were just talking about it the other day. I would love for you to see the pool open, but how this being all the way to the floor and all this glazing, and how we sit here and we really can take in all this nature. You're going to see in the office in the back. A lot for me, architecture for me is bringing the outside in and making you feel like you're part of nature, that you're not, inside a box. And although the house is very modern and contemporary, I think the openings and where we place them, take it in mind, again, we have very few windows facing north. We have a ton of windows facing south. So it's not just, oh, let's just throw a whole bunch of windows, and we're gonna see from the outside, like these windows in the summertime, they do have an overhang. And the overhang works beautifully. It's designed so that it shades the harsh summer sun, so that we don't get all that heat gain from the sun in the summer. But also the view sheds. There are places like this, like we really wanted this to be, as you're sitting here with friends, and this at night is beautiful. The lights are uplighting the trees, and you're just part of everything that's around you. It's not, you're not just inside the house.
I think what's really fantastic about this layout and the whole just view and vibe that you have here with contemporary homes, I feel like with windows and doors, it's very, it can be almost hygienic when you think about black windows and squared sticking and everything just really masculine. And you've done such a great job of capturing a modern, gorgeous home, but making it warm at the same time and welcoming and just a very comfortable space. Like I'm ready to just have a seat on the couch,
take a seat
hang
and
out.
watch a movie.
You've just done such a great job at just making it soft, having those bold views, but at the same time, it's just a warm, welcoming space. It's really just gorgeous.
And I must say, I got to give credit where credit is due. Like Bianca and even our kids, everybody was such an integral part of, you know, making selections of finishes, especially on the interior. I remember Bianca came back one day and she had the sample of the windows. Like I said, you know, one thing we did is the outside needs to flow in and vice versa. You know, it can't be one thing outside, one thing inside.
Sure.
And, you know, we always had, like, we put this board together and we were walking around with this board. We had the samples from you for the windows, and now we selected the outside. And then, you know, she went out and she came back and said, I found this perfect cabinet color for the kitchens. And I looked at her and said, that's beautiful, because it was exactly, you know, it really toned.
Just all
and it
ties
brought it all together. You know?
Yeah. So Max is coming along
Max
for the
is
ride.
coming along for the ride.
Good.
So this is where, when we're working from home, this is where we spend time, and no better place. There's a corner,
Absolutely.
all glass,
What a beautiful view.
And you know, we love taking, you know, taking the sun and the outside, and it's such a, you know, such a great space. I mean, I can't tell you enough about the windows and the selections we made. We're very happy with, you know, where we ended.
It's wonderful. It's just a cozy spot, a great place to get your work done.
Absolutely.
And the kitchen, you have to talk to me about what you did over the sink with the kitchen and the windows there. Just that, that wide open view is really something. I mean, all the compliments here, from the countertops to the windows, it's just really gorgeous. Absolutely.
This is the idea. Like, Bianca loves fresh herbs, and we took them out just so you guys can see the windows. But we have these planters, and you can see the sunlight. Like, this is from 9:30 a.m. until 4:30 p.m. You get the sun just kind of moving through this kitchen.
What I love about it is because you live here. Like, those herbs on that windowsill, and it's just part of daily life. It's not just about, well, what a beautiful view, what a beautiful frame. It's a way to live in the house. And those herbs, and having that incorporate with the windowsill and the daylight that's coming constantly through, it's really wonderful.
This morning there was a Spanish tortilla with some fresh herbs that I cut, you know, like, it's great. It's great.
It's wonderful.
Even, you know, the pantry has a beautiful window there too, and we got some light, and we're actually thinking of doing a bigger garden there because we do get nice afternoon sunlight. Sure. So we put a very nice, long, tall window, and, you know, but it's that, you know, is as you know, you plan it, and then as you live in it, there are always things you're adding. But I gotta say, like, we're really, really happy with the house. Like, it just feels great. Like, every time we walk in, it's fantastic. You know, friends that walk in, you know, it just feels like a big open space, and it's what we like. You know, there are little things like this. You know, you have this open stair, and, you know, view sheds were so important to us. You know, as you're moving through the space, you should have that relationship, you know. So little things like this, you can see who's in the dining room, you know, and our kids moving up and through the house. That's what I think makes an open space, you know, feel like active, right?
Sure.
So you want to do the master first?
Please, that's great.
Let's walk in here. It was really important for us to have this, you know, connection with the outside. We're walking through the balcony there, but you can see, like, we at some point we thought of putting, you know, vertical, very modern shades, or just, you know, cover the windows, and we're like, you know, we really love the way it's just open. So we just put these nice shears.
I love that zero reveal track.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
There are days, you know, we just put the shears through, and you get the sunlight, you have a little privacy, but you get that, you know, and that sun moving through the house is great. Like, it's really like a wonderful. And then, you know, this corners where you see that, you know, my friend's palm tree there.
Sure. This is just wonderful here.
Yeah, it is.
Just that wide open view. Yeah. What you did here is gorgeous.
We love this.
And the siding, how that complements the windows, the color, and
so the siding, we spoke about it briefly. It's you know, it's a Soshibon. It's a way to treat the wood that you burn it, and it gets this beautiful sheen, and the tone was just so perfect when we got, you know, that next to the sample of the window. It was like, oh, that's a perfect match, made in heaven, because I don't know if you can capture that, but the window has this little texture. It's not a solid tone, and it's got those, like, speckles. It's not a brown, it's not a black, but you know, the way it you know, it matched the siding was just such
Absolutely.
a perfect.
It's really just a
perfect way to do
gorgeous
it.
compliment.
Yeah, so we're very, very happy with that. And you know, and then you got these great spaces where we still haven't gotten, we have some support beams here for 2 eggs. You know, we want to hang those 2 eggs so we can sit out, but we just love sitting here at the hammock. Max enjoys this more than the both of us.
Sure.
And we just sit here, read a book, or just sit and chat, or have a cup of coffee, and it's just such a great.
To really relax. Again, we get back to that. You're living in it.
Right.
You're really just
Right.
using that space.
And,
I love how there's just wide open view. There's no
Yeah.
columns. It's just completely wide open to the gorgeous backyard and the woods. It's really an outstanding picture frame that you've created.
It's a great, you know, it's the view sheds, you know, you're always looking out. It's one of those things like just, you know, being in nature and just contemplating that.
Sure.
So we don't have a lot of lights.
Sure.
In the spaces, I mean, we have all the lights on just to assist with filming, but really we never turn a light on in this house.
You just
Like,
have so
it's
much
just
just
so much
natural light,
you know, and
it's
it's
just
such a great-
open and wonderful.
It's a great
This
space.
is a priceless view.
Yeah.
It is just gorgeous.
Yeah, this is that same view that we have, right? That same big picture window we have in the dining room, and we wanted that for the bathroom and the tub, and you know, like, you know, just sit here and just enjoy the view. Turn off all the lights and just let the outdoor light and landscaping at night. It's such a great, you know, space to be, and there we go. And
It's a fantastic room.
All of that.
All the finishing touches and
Yeah.
the layout, it is just magnificent what
It
you
is,
did with this space.
Thank you, thank you. And then up here, you know, we have, again, some, you know, some view sheds, some windows that match doors. Those big windows were so hard to get up.
They're
so
heavy.
much weight.
They're big, yeah.
It's a lot of glass. It's not even
Absolutely.
it's not the frame. It's just there's a lot of glass, and these doors too. But these were great. They came in you know, various pieces, and you know, the frame that was so easy to put together, and then the individual sheets came on. So that was an easier task than those big ones.
Sure.
The picture windows.
I really love how you just did the glass on that single panel that you honestly, you don't even see it other than just the edge there. It's really great.
Yeah,
The
people
railing.
ask, why did you do that? I said, well, I didn't want anybody falling, but you know, that was the whole idea, right? So again, this matches our window door downstairs, is the same exact door. And you know, just for alignment and really, you're going to see all the bedrooms have a door like this. And the idea was that, you know, like a French balcony, you know, that allows us to, you know, open and again, enjoy. And people love coming here, you know, they just open the windows, they just sit here in the room. This is our guest room, you know, people are always here visiting us from different places, and they set up, they work from here, they have their own bathroom. Actually, that's
even
a nice
the bathroom.
one to look at.
I mean, the house is all about light, and you can
Yeah.
just see that gorgeous light coming through that bathroom window.
Yeah, as small as liver, you know, still have some privacy and get some light through. But again, you know, whatever we could, we brought some natural light in. And that's the idea. Look, we have no lights on this room or the bathroom, and you can see you know, it's just a great space. We had the house certified Energy Star. The guy was here doing the blower door test, and he tested, and he was like, I don't think my equipment is working right. And then he went in, got another one. I was like, Chris, this is almost testing like a passive house. That's incredible. What did you do? I said, you know, we just paid attention to the little things. You know, the windows are nice. You know, they are sealed tight. Even with the big windows, there's a big penalty for big windows like this, right? Because they tend to leak. They tend to. The house tested amazing, and you know, the little things that we did with the, you know, the spacing in the truss, spraying that. We didn't even spray the walls. We just did bat insulation. And, you know, we had zip outside with the right taping. We paid enough care, you know, around the windows with the foam. All of those little things, and the testing was incredible. So it's all right. So, you know, again, it's a shame it's not summertime, so we have the pool open. It would be, you know, it would be nice for us to see that. But part of what I was talking to you about, you know, designing these windows and, you know, this detail that we have around the house with the white stucco, And that detail up there, it does more than just being a static, design piece of the house. You can see the shadow it's casting there now. This is winter, so the sun is very low, right? So it's the intent is winter time, let's let the sun in, let's warm up the house. But in the summertime, when the sun is really above you, that shadow line is all the way down.
Sure.
And it stops that sun from heating the house, and you still get all the light you need, but you're just not getting the heat.
Sure.
And then your low E and the films and everything else on the windows help bounce off that light as well.
Absolutely.
So this is that's what I think like design is a lot of time misses is what can each material do for the house?
Sure.
Right, and how can it provide the view and also help you heat the house in the wintertime. And those are the cool things that
Performance-wise, it all matters, and having that all work together. But at the same time, just looking at this, the textures and colors and the combination of everything that you put together here, it is just gorgeous. From the stucco to the siding to the texture on the windows, the beveled glazing beads on the windows, all of it just really complements everything else. The choices that you made are just wonderful.
Yeah, we're very, as I said, we're very, very happy with it. We're very happy with the performance of the windows. We're very happy with, what it allowed us to do, with the big open panes. Like you remember, we had an issue like, we want to do something with an awning, but it needs to be 4 feet, and it's like not a lot of people out there can do that, right?
Sure.
And those decisions kind of drove everything.
Absolutely.
You got us in the background here. This is the old house, and I think, just to kind of make that part of the discussion, we're demoing this because we wanted the new house to be oriented properly, right? So we're like, okay, there's nothing we're going to use of this. And as we had the truck here, we found like the original house, which was this little square. And we're like, oh, this is such a perfect thing. There was a pool here we were renovating. And, we said, you know what, that's just a perfect cabana, and let's just, take a few walls out and reuse it,
It's really awesome that you kept that original stamp there. You have something, just to.
And why not? Like it serves as well. We got a nice space. It's covered. We have a small gym there with a little steam room, and it's, again, it's part of what can we use? Like you don't need to demo everything. What can we reuse? Right?
Sure.
And that was, that had some original windows we kept and we painted them. And that's that. It's, we're very pleased, and we couldn't have chosen better partners, and I really appreciate you and everything you guys did and still doing.
Well, we appreciate the opportunity, and it's really a wonderful thing to be a part of a house that's honestly a really special place. Yeah, well, thank you so much for today. It was awesome to see. Often there's so many times I get to see the beginning part of it. Like I said, I saw your stairs were 2x10s and it was mud the last time I was here. So to see the final stage of all this is really a treat for me as someone that sees the front end of things, but on the end, to see the end project and the end result is really, I'm very happy for the two of you that your project came out the way it did, because it's It's wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you
I
so
really
much.
appreciate it. Yeah, thanks, and you're welcome to come anytime.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.